But let's get started. Trump expected to take action to eliminate Department of Education.
The Department of Education. He's preparing to sign an executive order directing Secretary of Education Linda McMahon to dismantle the department. Senior political correspondent Rachel Scott has the details for us. Good morning, Rachel.
Michael, good morning to you. And the Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon, has only been on the job for 3 days. But already this morning, President Trump is preparing to sign this executive order directing her to dismantle the Department of Education. Now, even McMahon acknowledges that this would require an act of Congress. The order does instruct her, though, to do as much as she can by law, stating the Department of Education's main functions can and should be returned to the states. Most funding for public schools already is at the state and local level, but the department does oversee billions of dollars in funding to help low-income students and students with disabilities, and enforces civil rights laws to prevent discrimination in schools. It manages about $1.5 trillion in student loan debt, and it also oversees the process for students applying for college financial aid through Pell Grants and FAFSA, which for many students is the only way that they get help paying for college. About 17 million students every single year apply for financial aid through FAFSA. The question now is how much of that could be directed or moved to be under a different agency. And is there support in Congress to eliminate the Department of Education altogether, Robin?
Still so much uncertainty there. All right, Rachel, thank you.
Sources tell ABC News President Trump is not signing an executive order to dismantle the Department of Education.
What? Well, that was quick. God damn. Shit just changed real quick, huh? This is the most flippy floppy admin of all time, dude. It's craziness. I know we got 10 Democrats who voted to censure Al Green. I'm going to talk about that in a second, okay? What is happening here? What is going on? What the hell is going on?
Today, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt calls reports that Trump was expected to sign the order today, quote, fake news. ABC's Alex Perchet joins me for more on that. Alex, what's the latest?
What do you mean? What? Fake news? Bro, you said you ran on it. You literally ran on doing this. And then you said you were going to do it over and over again. And then you leaked to the press that you were going to do it. And now you're like, not me. That's not me. When Donald Trump famously appointed Vince McMahon's wife, Linda McMahon, as the head of the Department of Education, he said, and I repeat, I'm paraphrasing a little bit, okay? He said, Linda McMahon is going to take control of this agency and oversee its end. That's what he said. So what I don't understand is why he's just, acting all different now. But I'm glad that the Department of Education has got a stay of execution. Let's take a look.
Hey, Diane. So we've seen what the White House press secretary has said, calling this fake news about the executive order being signed today. But behind the scenes, multiple sources are telling ABC that the White House decided to pull this signing specifically because there was concern amongst top administrative officials about the blowback that the order would receive, especially with what's been deemed a lack of messaging in place ahead of its timing. And one of the things that was of specific concern is answering questions about how this executive order would impact the school lunch program. And when you think about the Department of Education, one of its chief functions, billions of dollars go towards servicing students that are low income, and then also students with disabilities. And so, there was a pivotal question here about how that would either be absorbed by other agencies or how state and local school districts would be able to fill in the gaps there.
And Alex, regardless of whether he's planning to sign an order in the coming days, President Trump has repeatedly called for the Department of Education to be dissolved. So what's the strategy here?
Well, it's interesting, Diane, because so he has, but as we know, even if he signs this executive order, and even if Linda McMahon, the Department of Education secretary, wants to follow through, in order to dissolve this agency, he needs an act of Congress, and they need 60 votes. They need Democrats to be on board with this. And frankly, there is no Democratic support that we're aware of right now to dissolve the Department of Education. But what the EO, as we've been briefed on, advises Linda McMahon to do is to roll back as much as she can by law. And so whenever you look at that, maybe it becomes a piecemeal function of dismantling parts of the agency. Keep in mind, it's not just those billions of dollars that go towards low income and also students with disabilities. The Department of Education also oversees a $1.5 trillion in student loan debt. It also oversees FAFSA.
All right, ABC's Alex Perche, thank you.
There is a roller coaster happening with regard to the tariffs, those 25% tariffs that the president slapped on Canada.
Okay, so I guess I was wrong. I guess the Department of Education is not being abolished today.